What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video here. Chris's MMA Universe. UFC 242, Khabib versus Poirier just wrapped up. And it looks like Khabib got another one done. He is now 28-0. 28 have tried thus far, and 28 have failed. Poirier, I mean, there's nothing to take away from Poirier. Poirier did everything he could to try to get this win. There was a time in that fight where Poirier actually sunk in a guillotine choke where it was very close. I mean, it looked like he had it. I mean, that guillotine was in, but, you know, Khabib he's just too strong, his will to win. I mean, this was probably his most important win, I'm going to say, and I'm going to say that with confidence because his father was there for the very first time in his corner. That was the very first time his father was actually able to be in his corner, watch him fight, watch him win while he was the champion as well, which is just that much more important. But, you know, like I said, nothing to take away from Poirier. He's just such a tough kid. He got in there. He tried to get it done. But Khabib was just too much for him. Khabib was just able to pretty much take him down at will. There was a time in the fight where Poirier actually caught Khabib with a right hand. And it looked like Khabib got rocked there really quick. I mean, I was actually a little afraid for Khabib. I thought Khabib was actually going to end up going down. But I think Poirier was just a little too tired already, you know, after that first round. And, you know, Khabib got it done. Khabib got it done inside 15 minutes. So, I mean, there's no way I saw Khabib losing this fight. I was just a little afraid going into this fight because it was the first time his father was going to be in his corner. It was making me a little nervous, you know, the lead up to this fight because Khabib was saying that, you know, it's not important to win anymore and, you know, winning isn't that important anymore. But then he was saying that he was nervous. You know, he was actually very nervous and he felt a lot of pressure on his shoulders because he did not want to let his father down. But you know what? All him being nervous and, you know, all that lead up here, it was just making him that much more focused, and he did not let anyone down tonight. Hats off to Khabib. His father was there. He did this one for his father, for his coaches, his brothers. You know, it was just such a tremendous will to win. I mean, you just saw Khabib in there like an animal, and he was not gonna let that belt slip away. He was not gonna let this win slip away, and it was a pretty much just dominant win. You know, he ended up finishing Poirier in round 3. It was a phenomenal fight. It's just every time Poirier seemed to be getting a little bit of a rhythm going, you know, when you back up to the cage and there's, you know those two lines that make the shape of an octagon, and you end up touching those lines with your back against the cage, against Khabib, it's very dangerous. Khabib is going to shoot for a takedown, and he's most likely going to execute that takedown. But the thing is, what's actually interesting about that is that that's Khabib's weakest point if Khabib had his back up against the cage, where those two black lines are that make the shape of the octagon. If Khabib is in that situation where his back is turned against the cage, that's where you want to attack. That's where you want to start swinging. That's when you want to start kicking, doing everything that you can. I wouldn't say grapple with him in that exchange, because if you end up grappling with him with his back up against the cage, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, he is going to execute a takedown because he will reverse positions. And it's just very scary to be in that realm, like where you're just in that situation where it's very easy for him to turn it around on you, but you have his back up against the cage. You got to attack. I know a lot of people, they'll end up having him with his back up against the cage, but they want to retreat back to the center of the octagon when that's not what you want to do. I understand that's why they want to do that, because it's very dangerous to be in that area of the cage with him. I get it. I understand it. But that's where you want to be if you want to attack him. That's where you want him to be. You want him to have his back up against the cage, And then that's where you try to execute everything that you want to execute. Where you want to throw right hands, left kick, right kick. You know, that's where you want to really attack Khabib. And Khabib just has a tendency of keeping his chin up high when you're swinging at him. And just no fighter has been able to execute just about anything that they wanted to do. I mean, there's a lot of, tape. There's a lot of videos you can watch where they'll try to show you where Khabib's weaknesses are, but just no fighter has been able to do much to him. Khabib is just a monster. He did such a phenomenal job tonight. It was so special to actually watch him fight in Abu Dhabi. It was just very, very special. It was just a treat. It was a treat as a fan, and like I said, hats off to Poirier. He did everything that he could to do. He did not let anyone down. I know he didn't let me down. It was just phenomenal. It was just so great to watch this fight. And then especially just it being in Abu Dhabi. Just make sure you guys leave your comments, in the comment section below. I really want to know what you guys think about this fight. Who did you think was going to win? And, just how did you think the fight played out? I just really want to hear you guys' thoughts. Make sure to smash that like button and make sure to please subscribe. And I'll see all you guys in the next one.